My battery's dying and I got it plugged up to a little battery charger thing there. Again, remember when you were reading in Acts, okay, remember that time where they were all together and all the people came together? There's two incidences, but this is the first one. And then they that gladly received his word were baptized, and the same day there were added about 3,000. That's a lot of people. 3,000 people. I can't even imagine it. It's hard. I just read right through it, and you're like, 3,000 people, yeah. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine. See, the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, that's koinonia, in the participation, the distribution, that's fellowship, and in breaking of bread, and in prayers. Now, look at this, verse 45, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted them to all, as every man had need. How they done that? I know that was a task, but they put a few words to explain a whole big deal right there. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple, okay, and breaking bread from house to house. So they went, and they were always fellowshipping in the temple, and then they went for each other out and about, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart. Look at this, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church such as should be saved. Now, they did that. They went and they sold everything they had, and that. Not today. No, not today. They got tractors, and they got four-wheel runners and motorcyclers, and they got stuff, man. They just buy and get. And, they do give. They give. They go and they give to people, and they do stuff, but it ain't the giving of Christ. It ain't the giving of the Spirit that for the need of a man, not at all. I can imagine that a brother and sister, I'll tell you this, if I know a man that's got a big farm and he's got campers and motorhomes and things he just lets sit out there and uses them once a month, if that, okay? You want to know vanity? You want to know a brother who's disobedient and a sister? Them, okay? They let things rot, rust, go all the way down to nothing, to where they've been so greedy that they can't even get, but to try to squeeze every penny and get out of it after it's been ruined, never used. These people, okay, are not discipled by Christ. They are not in the doctrine of the apostles, as you just read, okay? That's why we know they're a doctrine of men. Doctrine of men. And look down here. How do you know someone has faith? There's many areas of how you know someone can have the faith of Jesus. But here's a specific area. And a certain man, lame from his mom's womb, was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Now, it didn't say tithe, okay? Not at all. It says alms. Now look at this. Who, seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. Okay? And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, look on us. It was important. He had to look at the guy. He wanted to see the guy, look at his eyes. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. So he was expecting something. Okay? What, money? They said, look at him, and he's thinking he's going to get something from them. And says, then Peter said, silver and gold have I none. Now that's a semicolon, look at that. That's the end of the suggestion. That means the dude was shocked. What? If you don't have anything to give me, what is your intention then in talking to me? He says, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted up. And immediately his feet, ankle bones received strength, and he leaping up stood and walked. I mean, look at this here. Back in that day, when that was happening with Paul and them and the apostles and all those people that the Lord had given the power to go and do what they did is unreal. Okay? It was unreal. You could tell though. I thought this was the one where the impotent man was there, and he says he looked upon him and saw that he had faith to be healed. Okay, I don't know where that one is, but nevertheless, there are people out there expecting to get what we have in the world to give them, but that's not what we have to offer, really. And if I do have something to help them out with, I will. I've always tried to be have two of everything, 2 bicycles, or things like that would be recreational. So if I run into brothers and sisters, we'd be able to do something, okay? And if they need anything and I was able to, I would buy it and give them and get them stuff that they need, okay? That's how that works. But a single guy, it's horrible. You look there were thousands, man, and people were selling everything. That doesn't happen anymore. Everybody's greedy.